Hello Mike, hello Kevin, nice to see you again. Could you just introduce yourself to everybody and let us know who you are and what your role is at the club?
Sure. So I'll go first. So I'm Mike Nicholson. I'm on the committee for the boys section at Sutton United. That's the under-7s to the under-16s. Also a coach of the under-13s youth team.
And I'm Kevin Finnerty. I work for the FA. I'm an FA coach mentor.
So hi Kevin. So as a part of the mentoring scheme, could you tell us a bit what that's about and kind of what how you get involved with Sutton United?
Yeah, so the FA mentoring scheme came into play about 5-6 years ago now, and the idea of it is that the mentors will go into clubs and work with coaches to help improve the coaches in any capacity that they wish to work on, really. I'm here working at Sutton United. I'm working with Mike, and we're really looking to work with coaches and the club to see what we can do to help the club, really, and to facilitate their development.
Okay, so and is that just with the boys coaches at the moment?
No, it's any aspect of the club at all, whether it's the boys, the girls, the community, the disability. The FA mentoring programme covers all aspects of football, from grassroots all the way through.
And so Mike, how have you felt the mentoring scheme has kind of helped you out and maybe even helped the boys team out?
Yeah, so being on the committee, I was basically the guinea pig for the scheme, I guess. So I started working with Kevin first. I'm really happy to do so. I think sometimes as a coach or a pair of coaches normally at this level, you normally have a manager and an assistant. You can become a little bit, you get yourself in a bit of a bubble. So you try and give each other feedback afterwards and try and learn from each other, but it's just the same voices and the same opinions all the time. So what I found really useful as I worked with Kevin in a couple of ways. The first way was Kevin just came to watch one of my sessions, and then we had a debrief afterwards, and he gave me ideas and thoughts about how that went, and he asked me to sort of reflect on how I think it went, and then sort of we kind of worked on what a follow-up might look like, how we might sort of try and bring out the topic that we were working on, which was a midfield three, defending as a midfield three, I think, the first one. I then got Kevin then came down again for the second session and ran a session for my boys, which was great in a couple of ways. One, it gave them another voice. So today, obviously Matt Gray coached by my lads, which was fantastic. It's another voice. So I was able to then observe Kevin working with my players, who obviously I know a lot better than Kevin does, but I got to see how they reacted to a different voice. I got to watch Kevin as a coach, very experienced coach, more experienced than I, and pick up a few pointers and ideas on how I might be able to sort of take some of his best qualities and sort of take them forward as well. So that was really useful. I've worked with Kevin now 3 times, I think. Kevin's down again today watching my boys with Matt Gray in that session. And what I would say to any coaches out there, whether you're under 7s to under 16s, it's worth having Kevin along to have a little bit of a chat with him, to get him to observe, you might want to have him run a session for your boys. You might just want some feedback or some ideas on how to deal with a specific topic. There's no, it's not like Big Brother watching or anything like that. Kevin only really wants to go where people want, want to improve as coaches. And I think the more voices that you get as a coach, and the more coaches you get to watch. I mean, if you go through your coaching badges, they say go and watch people coach, because the more coaches that you can watch. Watching Matt Gray today, I picked up a few things already. In fact, I already used one of his warm-up games after watching the first team train. So you sort of steal things as a coach. You think, oh, I like that, I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that, and you can only do that if you watch other coaches working. So I think it's really, really useful to watch, both firstly to watch Kevin and then to have Kevin sort of work with you afterwards. And it's not like you did that wrong or you did that wrong and you've got to do that better. It's just a conversation really between two coaches about this is how the session went. How do you, Kevin asked me, he said, well, how do you think it went? And what do you think they got it? And where did it break down, if at all? And how can we put that right? And it's great just to have that extra sort of experienced voice.
So if anybody wanted to get in contact with you, Kevin, or have you in a session, what's the best way about going doing that?
Well, I think ideally, if you go through yourself, Mike, really, go through Mike, because I'll be more than happy to come down and work with any of the coaches. I think what Mike says is spot on. I'm here really just to help the coaches in terms of what they want. The FA, we don't come in to say this is how you should do something. It's very much geared towards the individual. Each individual is different. Like the players, the coaches will have different needs, and we're willing to work with you in whatever capacity. Whether you're absolutely a novice starting out, or whether you're experienced. And Mike's a very experienced coach, and we've had some really good detailed conversations. So it's about balancing ideas. So please contact Mike, and we'll be more than happy to work with you.
So everyone's got my email address. I think it's mike.nicholson@suttonunited.net if you haven't.
Well, thank you both very much for your time. Thank you.
James.
Thank you.